Hi everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you are a returning subscriber or returning viewer. I appreciate it very much. My name is Valerie and this is Violet. She's my little co-hostess and today I am not doing any unboxings. That's what I normally try to do is unboxings on my channel. But there is going to be some changes on my channel. So I'm just coming on and I wanted to vlog a little bit and I haven't been on, I think it's been since before Christmas, and this will probably help clear up some reasons why I've not been on and that kind of thing. So, I first of all, I wanted to go back and talk to you guys about what had happened to me a year ago as far as um, getting dental work done and having to have two oral surgeries done last fall. And then in December, I had gotten a gallbladder attack. So I had to have my gallbladder taken out. I had to have surgery and I was off work. I went back to work, finally made it through that, went back to work. My hours were cut. So financially, I have just been like through the mill this last year. So this last year, what I did is I was really, I didn't want this to happen again, type thing. So this whole last year, I've really been working hard to, um, I have cut back a lot. I cut back a lot on my subscriptions. I was doing hardly any subscriptions at all. And then this fall, things were starting to fall back into place a little bit better for me. So I started to get, um, my BoxyCharm again, which I really thoroughly enjoy it. And I had think I got Ipsy a couple times, once or twice, or I got two of them in 1 month. And since then, I put them on hold and so forth. I've not gotten any since, and I just kind of was sticking with the BoxyCharm. I think I got one Stitch Fix because I had a credit that I wanted to use up. But other than that, I think I've really just pretty much cut those all to pieces. Another thing I worked on this last year with my finances is that I quit purchasing things on credit. Instead of getting to the end of the month and not having enough money to get through the month or something come up, instead of using my plastic, I've been financing everything with cash. And I'll tell you what, that is really hard. When you really get used to using your credit cards as a backup, and then you cut that out and you go to just all cash, it's difficult. It really is, and it is. I mean, I watched every single penny this year. So, those are some things that have gone on with my finances. So, I really have just cut back this last year, and now, um, I haven't been on. It wasn't on because as if you're returning or you've watched my channel before or you're a subscriber, you know that I work retail and then I work third shift. So through the holidays, it's very difficult for me to, work full time, and we're just so swamped and so busy that it just really wears you out a lot. And then I'm trying to get ready for the holidays for my family and for me and for little Miss Violet here. And so I just kind of took a break from not doing anything. I just didn't have time to get on here and do any filming and that kind of thing. So I apologize for that, you guys. But then I took my mom to Florida. Normally I pick her up in April or March. And this year, I went ahead and I took her down in January. So I was down there for about a week, and then I got back up here and just trying to get back in the swing of things of work. And then, of course, when I got back to work again this beginning of this year, our hours were cut, which I figured it was going to happen again this year. So I've been trying to really, put some money back and play it cool. I didn't go overboard with Christmas or anything like that. I didn't put anything on credit cards for Christmas at all, to be honest. I was still able to get gifts for people, but they were very minimal. It wasn't like, you know, really expensive gifts. And that's not even what Christmas is about. It's whether you can get expensive gifts or not. But anyway, that's another story. So I'm just kind of trying to lay down a background for you guys for where I'm about to go into. So I've been struggling money wise for the last years, and some of it, is a lot. Some of it is my fault. I've overextended myself in a lot of areas that I shouldn't have, And so that I will take responsibility for myself. But things happen in life too that you can't control. And no matter how much you try to plan for it, you may not be able to plan accordingly. So I've been on my job for 12 years. So this year, all of a sudden, I was back. I think it was my third day back from vacation, from taking my mom to Florida. And it was my third day back. And our store manager came in that morning. And normally he does. Normally I don't see him much. He was there like, and I was scheduled to leave at 6 in the morning, and this was like before 6. And he said good morning, and I said good morning, and he walked on by, and then the lady that was supposed to take over for me, took over for me, and then I uh, got called to the office. And we had heard rumors that things were not going well with our positions and so forth. And so, anyway, so I'm in a supervisor position. So I got called back to the office, and my store manager relayed to me that they are doing away with my position. My position's being eliminated, not only on third shift, but on first and second shift as well. Um, so I'm like freaking out because, I'm a single income. I don't have any other income. I'm not married. I don't live with anybody. I don't have a roommate, anything like that. So I'm on my own. I'm basically on my own. So this is like freaking me out. I'm going to be without a job. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So anyway, goes in and tells me that it's not necessarily that I'm going to be done and out of the store or whatever, but they did have two jobs that they created for first and seconds, and five positions within those two job descriptions. And so, but I'd have to move from third shift to first and second shift. And I'm really not fond of first and second shift, but if it boils down to not having a job and having a job, I'm gonna have to take it. So, but then he told me you got to apply for it. You have to take a written test. You have to take a virtual reality test, which is where you put those funky things on. And I don't do very well with virtual reality. It kind of makes me sick. So anyway, and then they're gonna do. You have to do a store tour. You have to tour with the manager, and it's like an interview as you're touring, which I've never done one of those before, so I'm not sure how well I'll do on that. But anyway, so both those position, one position is a lateral position compared with what I have, what my position is. So it's I think I'm going to be basically money wise, I would be making I think 50 cents more. I'm not quite sure. I mean, either 50 cents more or 50 cents less than that position. Either way, I have a job. Either way, I would have a position. Okay. And so, the other position that I applied for as well is higher. It's a higher up position. And so yeah, he claims I'd be making like $1.50 more an hour, but I'm not quite sure if I would be or not because I'm gonna like lose some pay from not working on thirds. I'm gonna lose some pay for not being a supervisor position in the supervisor position I'm in now. So I'm not quite sure, but it's gonna be at least what I make now or more. Now, he also did offer me and another person that has the same job as I have, same position I have on our shift, the opportunity possibly to stay on thirds if he can get it approved because he says that they either want you to step up, they want you to be at a lateral, the lateral or step up or out the door. So any position that is available on my shift is actually a step down. So I'm not sure whether they're going to allow us to be able to do that or not. Now, that would be okay, if there was nothing else, other than the fact that I would have to take like $1.60 an hour pay cut. And that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. You figure that out, that's a lot of money. That's going to like kill me. But my thinking is it's better than not having a job at all. and I wouldn't lose my insurance. I'd still have insurance and my 401k and all that kind of stuff. I'll still have my 401k if I leave. But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on, and or they offered me severance package. I could take the severance package and be out of there by I think mid-March. So I just had a lot of stress going on, I'm thinking about all different aspects, what I would like about days, what I don't like about days, what I would like to stay about staying on thirds, what I don't like about staying on thirds. Maybe I should just take the buyout package and get out of there and start over somewhere else. But I've got 12 years in there, and I've got quite a bit of vacation time that I've earned that I get every year. So I don't really want to give that up either. I have a decent insurance, so I don't want to lose my insurance either. And, I'm not spring chicken. I'm 52 years old. So that's playing in effect too. What company will hire me at this age? I don't know. So I do, but I do have some things in place. If I did take the buyout, that would give me buy for a little while, and I can always draw unemployment. And let me think what else. Oh, and if I had to use my 401k, I'd have to use my 401k. But I didn't want to do that because then I would have like really nothing for set back for retirement. And I'm like 15 years away from retirement. So 15, let's see. Yeah, 15 years for retirement. So yeah, I don't really want to do that either. So I'm trying to do this the smart, responsible way, and it's been difficult. So since I've heard this news, I have watched every single penny, going in and out. So I can no longer do the BoxyCharm unboxing. I can no longer do any unboxings because I really had to just cut it all off. Um, Hang on, guys. I need a drink. Boy, do I need a drink. It's coming out. Ah. So anyway, so this last week, I got all my stuff done at work that I need to do. I got all the testing done. I got my career preferences, updated so that I'll automatically be applied for the position in the company and so forth. So I'm at that point now. I'm waiting on an interview. So this Monday, Monday they're going to start interviewing people for start setting up interviews and then interview people all next week. Supposed to start doing the interviews next week and so forth. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, the company also announced to like a lot of the department heads that their positions are going to be done away with as well throughout the whole store. So all these people, not just the people on front end are interested in these positions that they're giving out, but are starting, but other people, that are throughout the store want these positions. So they're applying as well. So competition is getting very, very tough for these two positions. So I'm not really hopeful that I'll get one, to be honest. I'm really not hopeful that I'll get one. So anyway, I have been, giving this to the Lord. I've been praying and just saying, the Lord, place me where you want me to be, put me where you want me to be, and then I know that it'll be a position that I not only that I like, but it'll be something that will pay me what I need to be paid in order to live. And I'm not living extravagant. Okay, I'm not talking about living extravagant. I'm talking about paying my bills, trying to get some money put back for retirement, and getting debt paid off. That's what I'm trying to do. And it's been hard trying to get some debt paid off this last year. It really has, especially switching over from using credit cards, going cash only. So I haven't got a whole lot of debt paid off. And this January was going to be like, aha, now I got some things taken care of. I'm going to start being able to get some of these debts paid down, paid off, and I'm going to be able to start moving forward with this. And then this happens. So we'll see. I don't know what the future's going to hold. But anyway, so I've been giving it to the Lord and so forth. So if you guys want to pray for me, I would really greatly appreciate that, for wisdom and to know what to do and what decisions to make. If I have decisions to make, um, or maybe I just, will continue to go through dead ends with the company I'm with, and it's meant for me to leave and go somewhere else. So yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I would like to know one way or another. I don't like a lot of change, but I will go with the punches and I will go with the changes that are necessary for my livelihood. Um, but I'd like to at least know what those may or may not be. So yeah, I've been really exhausted and tired and just really stressed kind of over this. When I get stressed, I get just exhausted. I can't even stay awake. It's like I go to bed. It's like I get depressed and get down and depressed that I just want to go to bed and shut the world out. So that's kind of where I've been at. Um so my channel overall is going to be taking a turn. Like I said, I can't afford to do unboxings. I may be able to do one once in a blue moon, but it's not going to be anything regular, and that's not going to be anything for quite down the road. I have cut off all spending if it is not necessary. And I'm so thankful I quit smoking. If you guys want to know, I'm over 90 days. I think 91 days and no smoke free, nicotine free, smoke free. I didn't do any nicotine replacement therapies or anything like that. I am just totally I'm off of the nicotine. So I'm so thankful that I did that, and have been nicotine free for over 90 days now. And because that's just a huge, huge expense that I really could not have incurred, and that was one reason I was starting to start gaining some momentum with, my finances and getting out of debt, starting to pay some debt off and so forth. Um, just because of the amount of money that I'm not spending on cigarettes. I think I have saved, like, it's over like 700-800 bucks now, I think. So that's a lot of money in 3 months time, not going out. So that's been very helpful as well. So yeah, I'm very thankful that that is a big expense that's gone. So yeah, I have just really slashed all spending. I was starting to try to spend a little bit of money buying some makeup and building up my collection, but I got quite a bit of makeup that I have built up, so I'm good with makeup and stuff. So I am just, unless I run out of it, I do not purchase it. And I always been one that looked for deals and sales and so forth and try to, like, not stockpile, but kind of plan ahead and, like, okay, toilet bowl cleaner is on sale this week, so I'll buy 3 or 4 of them, that kind of thing, so that I don't have to worry about getting them in the future, and I've saved a lot of money purchasing them, that kind of thing. So I always kind of like stock up on stuff. So I'm really kind of getting down to the nitty gritty as far as what's in my refrigerator and my freezer and my pantry. I've been eating out of my pantry, eating out of my freezer, and that kind of thing. So um, I really am starting to get low on that kind of stuff. But I've implemented a budget for me, for monthly food and groceries, and I'm trying to see if I can stay under that to save a little bit more money, but I'm not certain if I can or not. We'll see. So yeah, I'm just like really, really hitting it hard. Um, before this, I cut back on so much stuff before this. Just some things that I'm saving money. I've saved money on is I don't have cable. Ever since I moved to this house, I've been here 4 years. I have not had cable, so I do not have cable. So there's no money going out there. I don't drink, so there's no money going out for alcohol. I no longer smoke, so I have no money going out for cigarettes, which is a big savings. Um, Utility wise, I really have watched and kept my heat down. Since last year, I really started keeping my heat down lower. And thank goodness our weather has not been very severe and super cold and snowy and that kind of thing. So utilities have not been, you know, outrageous at this point. Been outrageous at this point. So I always watch my light usage and that kind of thing. I believe the majority of my house, I have switched over from CFL bulbs to oh, now I'm not going to be able to think of it. The CFLs to the, I want to say UPC, but that's not it. Um, oh, come on, guys. Tell me down in the description what I'm trying to think. Um, CFL, not CFLs, but the, uh, gosh, I can't even think of it. That makes me so mad when I do that. Does that make you guys mad if you ever do that kind of thing and then you just can't think of something and it makes you so mad? It makes me so irritated. But anyway, you know the ones I'm talking about, the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones. So I switched all my bulbs out, and that I did see a difference in my electric bill with that. I really did. And I keep things that I don't use on an ongoing basis unplugged. Like I have my toaster in my kitchen. I keep that unplugged. I have my instant pot and my air fryer, my coffee maker. Those all I keep all those unplugged. My microwave I don't because I gotta climb up and unplug it, that kind of thing. But like my DVD player, I don't use that very much, so I keep that unplugged. And I have my lights in my living room. If I put them on the top socket, the outlet, and then I can shut the light switch off, and it shuts all that down completely. So I keep very minimal things plugged in, and I did see a difference on that. I also lowered my water heater temperature. I've lowered that down. That's helped as well. So yeah, I've really been watching my gas and electric usage, really. So as much as I possibly can. I try to keep the lights shut off during the day and keep the um, blinds open and the curtains open so that I'm using natural lighting during the day when I'm awake and when I'm home, that kind of thing. So anyway, um, what other things have I done to save money? Um, I don't run around. I don't go out. I'm a homebody, so I'm home. What if I have to go out and to get things done and run errands? I try to do it all in one shot. I'll do it. Try to do it all in one day and go, my furthest place out and work my way back, and that way I'm not wasting gas. So I'm not running all over the place wasting gas. I've cut off all the shopping other than necessities as far as like groceries and things that I need, consumables in the home that I need, cleaning products and that kind of thing. But I was very much stocked up on cleaning products and laundry soap and that kind of stuff. So I really have not had to really spend the money out on that kind of those things. Thank goodness. Because those things are really expensive and eat up a lot of money. So I'm trying to think of other ways that I have. I've been trying to do my laundry when I have larger loads. If I can go a week, I mean, most people go like a week. I think a lot of times I can go like 2 weeks, 3 weeks without actually doing laundry because I have that many clothes. So I'm trying to stretch it out so I'm not running my washer and dryer as much either, as well. So that's another area I'm trying to save money. Um, I'm trying to think of other things. I'm trying to eat more frugally. I'm not eating out. I don't eat out unless I have to gift card that I can spend. But I don't eat out, or unless my mom takes us out because she normally does take us out quite often. But I don't eat out. I've been taking my lunch to work. I've been doing that for quite some time. I wasn't really like strict about it though. I mean, like there'd be like maybe 1 to 2 nights a week that I would buy something because I woke up late and didn't have time to get um, my lunch around. Now I definitely make sure that I get lunch around. I definitely have been working harder to cook. I've been doing batch cooking on one of my days off, and I just make enough food ahead of time, I think, for the week. Not just for food that I like eating here, like for dinners and breakfasts or whatever, but also for lunches at work. And snacks as well. So I've been doing a lot more prep work, more meal planning, that kind of more meal planning and more time spent actually preparing and getting things ready for the week. Um, and I've enjoyed it because I do enjoy cooking. And I've been doing a lot of different things with my Instapot, which I did get on Black Friday. And I probably wouldn't have gotten it had I known all this stuff was going to go down. But anyway, so I'm glad I did get it because it's actually helping me come up with new and different ideas of food and recipes and that kind of thing that I've been making. So back to my channel. So anyway, um, maybe I'm just gonna have to get out here and talk more about finances, and about kicking my debt, getting out of debt and that kind of thing. So if that kind of thing is interesting, maybe interests you guys rather than just unboxings and so forth, let me know because I definitely am gonna have to reinvent my channel quite a bit because like I said, I'm not spending the money on anything. um I just am strictly cutting everything out and trying to save in money, pay what I have to pay, and trying to get some debt paid off. And I'm also trying to save some in the meantime as well. Because it's a scary thing when your future is unknown. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen, and it's stressful. It's scary, and um, yeah, I'm not going to be like dying, right away if I don't have income, but I definitely cannot go very long without income. There's no way I can go a whole year or anything like that. I can probably get by maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe a little longer, maybe 6, 7, if I really, really crack down. So anyway, so I'm also trying to come up with some cheaper meal planning ideas because right now I've been budgeting about $150 a month on groceries for me, and that includes some kibble for Violet. That includes like all my paper products, all my cleaning products, um, anything that I need for the home that I can purchase at the grocery store. That includes all that kind of thing, shampoo, everything, shampoo, conditioner, soap, body soap, that includes everything. So yeah, so I'd like to try to get some of that down a little bit more. I think my next paycheck, I'm going actually get a bonus. So I think I'm going to try to get to the butcher. I can get better deals at the butcher shops around here than what I can at the grocery stores for meat. So I'm thinking about maybe going and getting um, stocked up a little bit on some meat. So I got some of that stuff in my freezer. Um, and to me, if I got meat, vegetables, and that kind of stuff, I got food. So I've really been trying to um, not. I'm trying to do more whole foods, and because I think they're a lot cheaper. Um, they're a lot cheaper, I think, and they last longer than what your convenience foods and stuff are. So I'm trying to stay away from convenience and do a little bit more with prep. Um, so if you guys got any great suggestions on some cheap, meal planning ideas or recipes, I would greatly appreciate. Plus, I've gained so much. I've gained weight. I'm still at 11 pounds. I haven't gained any more, but I still have gained 11 pounds from not smoking. So I have come to a standstill, which is good. But I do need to start working on exercising and getting some weight off of me as well. So it yes, I mean Instapot's been great because I've been like just I've been a lot of times I've just been stuffing it full of vegetables, veggies, and some broth and cooking that up, and then I just been eating that like as meals. Maybe sometimes I have a little bit of meat in there, but I've been eating that up as meals. And it's great to have as sides. And like if I'm really getting hungry or wants to munch on something, it's very low calorie that I can just grab some out of there and munch it down, and it fills me up. So I've really been eating a lot more veggies and a lot less processed foods, which has been a good thing. Um, I eat some meats, but I'm not like gotta have meat every meal, that kind of thing. But I'm very, I do really watch like my proteins. Being diabetic, I need to watch my proteins. I have to have protein. But other than that, so, I think I got an empties video that I'm going to be working on. Because I got a bag full already of my empties of things that I have used up. And so if you guys want to see that, let me know. But yeah, I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer about all this, but yeah, I am concerned. I think anytime your livelihood is in jeopardy, it's concerning. And, you're not, yes, we have to go on and we can't, just, freak out about it until we know the complete outcome. But, you have to plan accordingly. This has taught me that I want to be debt free. I want to get out of debt as soon as I possibly can. And it's been a hard journey for me being single. I have tried to find part time jobs, but I've not been able to find any. And I think some of the reason is because of who I'm employed with at this point in time. And there's like no compete clauses between a lot of different stores and companies. So I think that people are not hiring me because of that no compete. They don't want to compete, or they think that I might be a spy, that kind of thing. Retail's kind of weird. But yeah, if I do get out of retail, I really don't want to get back into retail. I really would like to do. We have a lot of factories where I live here. I live in the RV capital of the United States. And so there's a lot of manufacturing companies around this area. So that's something I think I'm thinking about getting into is more is going into a factory and working in the factory, work my Monday through Fridays, have my weekends off, have my holidays off. They have shutdowns about 2 or 3 times a year. There's normally shutdowns. So during that time, you can take your vacation and that kind of stuff. So that's something that I'm really, really considering. I go in, I do my job, I do my 8 hours. Sometimes some of the factories around here don't even work 8 hours. You work like, until the RVs are done if you work in RVs. And they make pretty good money. So, yeah, insurance and all that kind of thing. So that's something I think I might want to get into. But then I think, oh my gosh, am I really going to be able to do that? You know, being my age. But I think you can. I think that's another reason I need to start working out. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here. So you guys take care, and thank you so much for joining me. And I would love if you subscribe if you're not a subscriber, but I understand if you don't because my channel's kind of up in the air. I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel, but I think I'm really going to concentrate more on my debt journey, and me starting to live more of a frugal life. I've always been very frugal, but there's times where I haven't actually lived the frugal life, and now it's time for me to crack back down and get on that. And yeah, I can be very, very tight and very, very frugality. One thing I am going to start doing too, I'm starting to get things, I haven't yet, but I'm going to start, I think this next week, I'm going to start getting things around for some garage sales. Spring's just around the corner. I'm going to be getting some garage sales around. So that's going to entail some extra money for me to possibly pay off some small debt. And that will help definitely. There's some other things I'm going to work on too, as far as um, making some extra money. Um, I do my own hair. I normally do my own hair. I color it, I cut it, that kind of thing. I do have cosmetology license, and I also do have a instructor license, so I can actually teach cosmetology in the cosmetology school. So I do have some things to fall back on if I need be. Um, the reason I don't use, I'm not employed that way because there's no benefits. You know, you can't get insurance. There's not, places don't offer insurance for a cosmetologist or a licensed instructor. It's difficult to have steady income that you can actually rely on. And for me, I like to have steady income, but I may use this to my advantage. I would like to maybe, I don't know if I want to go back to the salon and work couple nights, a couple uh, weekends, maybe a couple days through the weekends for a while. I don't know. But I do have some opportunities and possibilities and things that I can options. I guess I'm trying to say I do have some options. So anyway, I'm getting off of here. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Love you guys.